The degree for morality depends on the shade of gray your blood births and ancestor comforts. A press for a tone that parallels theirs, same tone that is supposed to be those stairs, guiding us to go meet that man, our Father art to be in heaven. Your will misrepresented by angels, who are cousins of death, delightful in nature, destructive in reality, ahead by being gatekeepers, blocking a fence bleach more than seashells, allowing prosperity and unity, burying those attempting to join them, silencing the evidence. Your will dismantled to different factions, causing us to differ in opinions, disregarding legacy and history, placing priority on opulence. Your will angered rebellions. Ropes of divine ire decorated our necks. Trees embellished with tears, tears of those forgotten, who were once planted in the garden, uprooting for giving others a chance. Tears of anger, from feeling forgotten by our Father, allowing death to invade in our areas of community. This month isn't about freedom. It's about the struggle and movement of people who carry the shade closer to beasts. Hatred poisoned the ground, producing cursed men whom stand against each other for the benefit of men, in which beseek their attention, then treated as a earth's core, beneath them and red from anger, left to die from exhaustion. The cursed man's flag is not the one with stars that represents freedom, but the one that is wrapped around our necks. It's when yelling what side they've been brainwashed to think is the right side. That flag carries the death of the men, returning them to the tree that hangs them, allowing the world to see their emptiness and disobedience when you go against freedom, the black eye sees. Being an American doesn't mean you're a law-abiding citizen who has the government's word to show you belong here. Being an American means pride, dignity, self-ejaculation about your superiority. Saying you don't belong here when the person has been here for 30 years. Saying you should leave when the person has a complaint. Being an American doesn't mean you pay the taxes to fund the land Guardians use to deconstruct the immigrant populace. Being an American means pride, dignity, self-ejaculation about your purity. Saying, he raped me when the person supposedly looked at you. Saying, he's dangerous when a person has carried a garment to hide himself from the world. Being an American means you carried a badge of democracy, pledging allegiance to a flag that doesn't include those with the darkest shade or the primordials whose grave turn at the sound of those horns. Money is the reason. People will listen to your line of reason. No status is treason against the people of this nation. Slaves won't be heard unless their screams, piercing their throats, is backed by a tangible land or status. The worst crime you can commit is talk with nothing to back up, especially if your skin represents fear of revolution. Black is fat, voracious, salivating on everything in sight. Opportunities not given to us cause us to be malnourished, seeking the aid from governments, caring more about the size of their purses than the stomachs of the people who increase their attention-deprived persons, working jobs sane people wouldn't do. Black is fat, causing us to be on the hunt, scouring through fields of leftovers, eating anything with meat. No regard for if it's edible or not, because we don't have that luxury. The luxury to be picky, the luxury to speak up. Only those lifted up have that luxury. Hatred is broiled at the sight of a bottom feeder rising up, catching up and hunting with the predators, taking their meal away from them. Sun scorches the wounds marked by obedience, for a race wanted the de-evolution of a group of people buried next to my people, angry at the graves of their children dead because an infection from the pits of their demonic nature captured them and wouldn't let them go. Because they were put on a plantation that hated them for being black but loved them for what they can do with their bodies, and the curse they naturally produce, bury me next to my people. Aren't I a black man? For the hazelnut skin complexion, enough for the acceptance of people ornamented with the badge of slavery? Or the macadamia oppression of the same race, but the difference in outward appearance resulting in the infighting of blackness? Misconstrued by the anger that came before me, unappealing appetite unless it is to be eaten, for the blood that carries pain, or the skin that resembles the ground, trampled upon for the sake of presenting leaks of enlightenment to the people kept at the bottom, chained, hanged, and raped by the world. Aren't I a black man, if hurting the ones closest to me cause the hatred deep enough to kill a man whose flag doesn't have stripes from lashes but piercely patterns from the shock of dirty, bloodied hands from a man whose morals were the same as mine?